to your point, we can really control a lot of things, including and especially carbon dioxide,
Yeah.
which in my mind, I think, and I know Jeff and I have talked about this quite a bit, but I think that's going to be the next big topic. I think that's going to be the next. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, there were some studies that were done about PM 2.5, and you started to see that in mainstream,
Mhm.
media, so to speak,
Right.
about how that affects, especially when they said these small particles, these ultrafine particles can get into your body, into your tissue forever. And
Mhm.
if you're pregnant, they can get into the tissues of your unborn child. And wow, that was something to write about. So I think, and then of course that was pre-COVID, and now I think more and more we're going to see, especially in context of what it's doing in large buildings for productivity,
Right.
for corporations, and for the overall good of our children in schools. So I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the next big thing that we're going to be seeing and talking about. And then when you get into that, the whole additive technology discussion becomes moot. It's not,
Right.
because there's not an additive technology that does that for you.
No, and I've seen that more and more as I do quotes on commercial applications. I have a good friend that is a mechanical engineer, and he said it's getting harder and harder to provide equipment to match what the application needs because of the significant amount of outside air makeup or outdoor makeup, fresh air, whatever you want to call it. And all you're doing is you're putting a significant latent load on the equipment. And some of these don't have enough to handle the people inside
Mm-hmm.
as well as the outside air. And ironically enough, manual J and manual N have no way to consider dehumidification. And so, will dehumidification help? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But does it change our equipment specifications? Probably not. And
Mm-hmm.
so now we've got the manufacturers having to respond to make equipment or design equipment that is able to have these higher latent capacities, which is usually like 70-30. But you've got some that are, and that's 70% sensible and 30% latent. And that can vary, but you've got some applications where it's almost 50-50. So I agree that dilution is the best solution for whether it's VOCs or particulates. Our equipment has to be able to manage that
Mm-hmm.
influx because the more volume of outside air you have, the better results you get because then you can get it back into control quickly.